and welcome back to another episode of our Decades Legacy Challenge. We are here with the Haskins family in the year 2002, and Charles has just woken from his sleep. He is just going to go and fix the family something to eat. He is currently feeling a little bit tense from having some work withdrawals. It says Charles doesn't feel comfortable missing work. It's not who he is. He is really stressing over the fact that he's feeling like he needs to be at work. And we are going to have to, I guess, get him in so that he can go to work soon because he is stressing out about it. And we do not want him feeling so tense. I am thinking that he probably does have work soon. Yes, he does. He has to go to work in 4 hours time. So hopefully that will make him feel a little bit better. The house is a complete wreck. We are just going to need to clean up a little bit here and get it picked up. So I'll do that. There is stuff all over the place as far as hair, and we have a sick cat. Things are just not going very good. I'm gonna have him, after he's done cooking breakfast, go ahead and give the cat a wellness treat, and then we will obviously have someone come and clean up these hair piles, and we love that. I'm gonna have Joe come down and fill up the cat bowl when he is awake after he gets his sleep done. And everyone is going to come and have a little bit of breakfast, which we love. Looks like Joe is also needing a little bit of insulin this morning. Everyone is just kind of doing their thing and waking up for the morning. It is about 6:30 a.m. Everyone will have to, as we know, go to get their day ready, and you know, we love that for them. So Joe's feeling so much better now that he has taken his insulin, so that's great. I'm just gonna have him come over here and narrate a tale of dolls. We love that. And when he's done with that, he has an activity in 6 days time for his scouts, so we love that. And what do you have? You have an activity in 10 hours for your dance class, and Rachel has swim class in 2 days. As you can see, Rebecca's just out here working on the tree house. She's trying to do a little bit of upgrades for it, so we love that. She's like installing a pole, I believe, so that they can slide down the pole. So she's just doing a little bit of upgrades, and Charles is just going to come out here and talk with her and see how she's coming along with that. After he has fixed breakfast there, he's just wanting to see how she's doing. He's like, you know, you didn't have to do this. I could have done the treehouse upgrades. And she's like, it's fine. I didn't really have anything to do. I couldn't sleep, and so I got up in the middle of the night. And he's like, you got up in the middle of the night? And she's like, well, I woke up around 3 and I couldn't go back to sleep. And so I cleaned the toilet, and then I came on out here and I started working on this treehouse because the kids had told me that they wanted the pole. And you've been really busy with work, and so I just thought, well, I don't have anything better to do, so here I am. And he's like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. So she is obviously working on this, and she seems to be having a pretty good time with it. She is feeling happy, and overall she is not minding the hard work and the manual labor, so we love that for her. Siobhan has gotten herself something to eat, and she's now just talking to Rachel. We love that. Joe, why are you constantly painting things? Clean that mess up. You are such a pain in the butt. So he is going to clean up that mess that he created, and then I'm going to send him off to the washroom, and I am going to get little Leon to come down and grab himself a bit of something to eat. Rebecca goes to work in an hour's time, so hopefully she'll be able to fix the treehouse before she has to go to work. And Charles is finishing his breakfast, so we love that. So like I said, they're just having a little bit of a conversation, and we love that. And he's just finishing up his food, and then he's gonna go and clean up after himself. And he's like, well, I'll leave you to it because I know you have work. And she's like, yeah, no worries. So he is just going to clean up after himself. As we know, in the last episode, Charles did get into a bit of a relationship with someone named Angel, and we had Annika come over, and the kids were kind of confused about how they're supposed to kind of get on with her. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll see if Annika comes around again. It is Monday, and we will be playing with them for a couple of days till about Wednesday. I am probably going to, over the weekend here on this calendar here, but probably on Friday and Saturday and maybe Sunday, send them to go stay with Annika. So we'll see them in the life of staying with Annika. So they'll go over for a visit with her, and we'll see what it's like in Annika's life with the kids. But for now, we are just going to be here in our household. Charles is off to work now, and Rebecca, you probably should head off to work yourself. So she did not finish this project, but we'll have to finish it another time because she needs to head off to work. And the kids are just going to be here tending to themselves while the parents are gone off to the parents. Well, Charles and Rebecca have headed off to work. Leon obviously is going to daycare, but the three big kids are going to be kind of tending to themselves here. That being said, they are not in school because I enrolled them in after-school activities. Unfortunately, when you enroll them in an after-school activity, it takes them out of school. So I think I'm going to go ahead and enroll them back in school because I do want them meeting people in school, and so I want them joining school. So they may not be able to be in an after-school activity because I want them joining school. It's not ideal that they can't do both, but unfortunately that is the way it goes. So yeah, we hate that. Oh no, and it looks like Siobhan has decided that she wants to be a bear. Alright, so I have gone ahead and enrolled them all in school now. They are not doing well as far as school goes. They're all F students because they haven't been going to school in a very long time. So we're going to have to pull their grades up. Charles reaches into his desk drawer to get his stapler, only to discover that someone has encased it in jelly. Will Charles retaliate with his own prank or ignore it and go find another stapler? Just ignore it. It's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and get you to do your homework, all of you, and that way you can obviously hopefully do better in school. So they're all going to work on their homework now. I want them obviously doing good in school, so we love that. They're going to work on some stuff for school here, and then we are going to need to obviously give the dog a bath, but I don't think we are big enough to do so, so we're gonna have to wait for one of the parents to come home to do that. But Boris desperately needs a bath. So Rachel's just getting to know Boris a little bit here, playing with Boris, and we love that. She is going to play with Boris, pet Boris, offer Boris her friendship, and give Boris a treat, and then ask Boris to go out and go potty. And then we'll get Rachel a little bit of a bite to eat because she is feeling a little bit hungry. We're going to get Siobhan and Joe both to also grab a serving of something to eat. They are all feeling a little hungry, so we are going to do that. And they are all going to grab themselves something to eat. Our plants are in really bad shape as well. No one has been tending to the plants because, as we know, Annika was the one that used to deal with them until she decided that she kind of wasn't really fond of them. So our plants are really not doing well. Rebecca kind of tries to tend to them, but they could stand to be dealt with, obviously. I am going to, when Rebecca gets home, get her to come in and spray for bugs and water them all. And when Charles gets home, obviously we'll see what he needs as far as his needs go. But for now, the kids are all just getting themselves something to eat. The maid is supposed to be cleaning up, but it looks like he's just standing around, which I hate. Hopefully he gets some things done. Could you please clean up those hair piles that are all over our house? Because our children can't clean those up. No, I'm going to have to do it myself. Okay, great. I will clean up the hair piles. It is perfectly fine. And as you can see, Boris and Kimber are playing together. They are super cute when they play together. I love that. So the children are just spending a little bit of time together, and Siobhan, you need some insulin, honey. So I'm going to give her a little bit of insulin here. Rachel is doing really great. She's just going to clean up a little bit because honestly, our maid is not doing a very good job of cleaning our house. So Rachel's like, I will help clean up because the house is disgusting. So she's going to help by cleaning up the sink, and I'm going to get Siobhan to clean up the pee pad down here. It will be great. And Joe is just going to come and fill this bowl. Someone has rang the doorbell. Who is it? Oh, it's Angel. We'll go ahead and invite her in. So Joe's going to go ahead and invite Angel in because, as we know, she is Charles's girlfriend. So he's like, you can come on in. And she's like, okay, great. So Angel's going to come on in. Joe is going to give her a friendly introduction. We're going to get Siobhan to give her an introduction. And we will let everyone kind of get to know her. I want the kids to kind of get to know her a little bit, and they can obviously start talking with her and see how they get on with her. Obviously, she's coming over just to check on them. She's like, I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay while Charles was at work. So I just wanted to come and check on you. And so everyone is like, oh, well, we're okay. You know, we're used to kind of being on our own when Dad goes to work. And she's like, I kind of figured that much, but it is kind of nice to have an adult around sometimes. So I just wanted to check on you and see how you're doing. And I just wanted to make sure everything was okay and you guys didn't need anything, because it's okay to be alone for a couple of hours, but when you're alone all day long, you know, it can kind of get lonely. And I know the three of you are, you know, not needing a babysitter, but I just thought maybe I'd check in. And Joe's like, oh, that's really nice of you. I really appreciate that you would think of us like that. So he's going to brighten her day, and they're all going to, you know, just have a little bit of a conversation with her. They're just trying to get to know her a little bit, because obviously they know that their dad likes her, and so they're just trying to give her a chance. And so she's trying to obviously get to know them as well, because she wants the kids to like her. She doesn't, you know, necessarily want to replace Annika, but she does want the kids to get on with her, and she wants them to feel like they can trust her and they can feel safe with her. So they're all just trying to get to know her a little bit. They're going to obviously, you know, ask her about her hobbies and things like that. And Charles has just gotten home, so he's going to come up and he's going to obviously say hello to her and ask her how she's doing. And can he ask her about her day? Yeah, he's just going to ask her how her day's going and thank her for coming over to check on the kids. And just tell her, you know, I really appreciate you stopping by to check on them. I realize that it's been a long day where they've been kind of by themselves, but usually they're okay with being on their own, but I still appreciate you coming in and checking on them. It's really kind of you. And she's like, of course I would do that. I don't want them to feel like they're on their own and they don't have anyone that cares about them or wants to check in on them. So I just figured I'd stop by. And he's like, that is really, really sweet of you, Angel. I really appreciate that. And now he's going to go and he's going to give Boris a bit of a bath, because Boris is disgusting. So we're going to let him go and give Boris a bath while these guys still sit here and chat a little bit. And Rebecca is just tending to the plants, and then she's going to go and use the washroom. And then we'll have Angel and Charles spend a little bit of, time together where they can, just be adults and be alone and flirt a little bit. And we will have him give her a kiss and, just tell her that he really is grateful that she stopped by, and ask her, how did you get on with the kids? Was that pleasant? And, try to find out what she thinks of the children. And then after Rebecca uses the washroom, I'm going to just get her to make some chicken and dumplings, and we will have her cook some supper for the family. Boris is like, oh my gosh, I've needed this bath all day long. This is amazing. So Charles is going to go upstairs. He's going to go and chat with Angel now and just give her a little bit of a kiss and flirt with her a little bit and just tell her, I am so glad to see you. I've had a really long day at work, but how was it with the kids? Did you guys get along? And she's going to be like, the kids are great. They were amazing. I just wanted to come in and check on them, but we had a lot of time to kind of talk and get to know one another, and I think they are amazing. I can't wait to get to know them better. And he's like, oh, that's wonderful news. I'm so glad. And she's like, yeah, Charles, you have amazing children, and I just really can't wait to get to know them. And he has a want here that he wants to embrace her. So I'm going to let him embrace her. And so we will just embrace her here. And he also wants to be friendly with Rachel. So we'll let him do that. Oh, they're so sweet. We love that. He wants to make something greater than poor quality. Okay, well, we love that. So Rebecca is just downstairs here. She is getting supper going because the family is obviously going to need to eat supper. So she's making some chicken and dumplings, and she has reached cooking level 5. We love that. Poor Rebecca is down here, or Rachel is down here making a mess, which we hate. I'm going to have Charles come down and just discipline her and just strictly tell her, yell at her for making a mess, and just be like, you know better than to do that. Why are you down here making a mess? Oh, well, he's not going to do that, actually, I guess. He's just going to come on down and clean this up himself. And we are going to just talk to Rachel, I guess, and he wants to become best friends with her. So they are going to become best friends. We love that. Oh, she's working on fixing our doorknob. Or our doorbell. We love that. And he wants to hold her hand. I'm just going to let him hold her hand. And they are going to do a little bit more flirting. And we love that. He's going to whisper seductively in her ear. Oh, I love that they're becoming best friends, him and Rachel. That is so sweet. And are you still cooking? Rebecca's like, I am still cooking. This is taking me a minute. Okay, I wanted you to finish cooking this. So finish cooking this chicken and dumplings. The whole family is going to have to eat. So you need to make these chicken and dumplings. She's like, I really just don't want to make a whole meal, but okay, I will. Make these chicken and dumplings. And then call everyone to a meal. Call to meal. All right, so she's called everyone to a meal. Everyone's going to come in, and we are going to have supper together. We love that. The cat is you know, being a pest, which is kind of a pain. But everyone's going to come and sit down and have supper together, which is fantastic. Joe, once again, needs some insulin. So we're going to let him inject himself with some insulin. I'm going to get Leon to come down and grab a serving as well. Siobhan, you need to come down and eat something. Even Angel has joined us for supper, which is fantastic. We love that. So she is joining us for our family dinner, which is amazing to have her here joining the family. And Charles is like, this is what I've been missing, and I love this. And the kids are enjoying the fact that they have kind of a mom-ish figure that's joined them for supper as well. They have bonded with Angel a little bit. So that's, you know, kind of great that they have her here and that they're getting on with her. We are just going to go ahead and give her a residence key so that she can come over and visit anytime she wants. That way, whenever he does go to work, he can have her to just come on in and check on the kids. Because, you know, she'll want to come and check on the kids whenever Charles is at work. And then she doesn't have to be invited in. She can just come on in and check on them. So he's going to give her a key to the house, and he's going to be like, here, now whenever I'm not here, you can just come check on the kids and make sure they're okay. And she's like, okay, that sounds like a good plan, because I really do worry about them being here alone for long extended hours. I know that they aren't little babies anymore, but they are still children, and I do think they need some supervision. And he's like, I would agree with that. And so she's like, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get going now. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys later. And he's like, okay, honey, you know, I'll see you later. So she's gonna go ahead and leave, and we are gonna go ahead and get Leon ready for bed here, because it is starting to get really late. It's almost midnight. So we're gonna put Leon to bed. So Leon, you need to go to sleep. It does say that nice bit of small talk from Rebecca has Siobhan thinking sometimes the simpler things in life are worth appreciating. Even basic conversations that don't go too deep can be nice. Would you say that Siobhan embraces the ordinary and likes small talk? Yes. All right, so we are going to put everyone to bed. It is time for some sleep. And so let's go ahead and get everyone to go ahead and come upstairs and go to bed for the night. Everyone to bed, because it is midnight. And you to bed as well, Rebecca. And let's get Charles into bed. All right, so everyone is just getting themselves into bed. The kids are all into bed. Rebecca has gone to bed. Charles is the last one. We are just going to go ahead and get him into bed now, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, it is the next morning, and everyone is starting to get up. As you can see, they are just sitting here together, and we love that. They are just talking, Siobhan and Joe. Charles is going to go upstairs after he goes to the washroom, and he's going to potty train Leon, because Leon needs to go to the washroom. And so we're going to have him potty train Leon, and he needs to learn how to potty. I am just going to get Rachel up so she can go to the washroom as well. And Rebecca, you can go ahead and get up as well, honey. All right, everyone is getting up for the day. And why don't you go ahead and come on in here and make some waffles. Let's do berry waffles. And then you can do breakfast for the family. As you can see, we are still in 2002. We have this last day. It is GeekCon today. I don't know if we will go to GeekCon. It's going to depend, I guess, on if somebody invites us or not. We'll just have to see how that goes. We haven't seen Annika or heard from her. She hasn't called. She hasn't come by. We have seen Angel. She's come over, so that's fantastic. But I don't really know if we're going to see yeah, I just don't know if we're going to see her or not, but we'll just have to see if Annika's going to give us a call. I was thinking about one of my favorite toys and can't find it. I'm starting to miss it and to feel sad. You can just play with a different toy and your conflict resolution will increase. All right, and these are done, so we're going to serve these waffles. And Leon now has reached potty level 2, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and serve these waffles. Where are you going to lay them down? All right, let's go ahead and call to meal. Everyone's going to eat these waffles. These two are just up here potty training, which is great. Boris is watching. He's like, I don't understand what's going on with these humans. What is going on? Why don't you ask this puppy to go potty as well? So everyone's going to go ahead and have some, you know, food. It looks like some of them are having dumplings from the night before, which is fine. But we're going to clean that meal up when we're done. And then all the kids are going to be heading off to school in about an hour. And the parents, well, I say parents, I don't mean the parents. Charles is their parent, but you know what I mean. Charles and Rebecca will have work soon. All right, we already have plants dying out here, so we're going to have her dispose of that. Why can't we not dispose of this plant? There, I've disposed of it. Problem solved. All right, and we are just going to have you go ahead and clean this up because Angel got that out, and we're just going to clean that up. Why don't you go ahead and prep some ingredients? We can prep some vegetables. That way they'll be in the fridge for some meals. And then you can repair some of this stuff. All right, the kids are all off to school. I'm going to have them all three study hard because they're all F students. I would like to get them to make friends, but for now they need to really work on their grades. So I'm going to have them all study hard for now. Rebecca, why don't you prep these ingredients? Oh, you did. Okay, let's collect those. And then you can put them in the fridge. All right, great. Rebecca's off to work and Charles is off to work. So we're going to send Leon to daycare and everyone will be home later. And I will see you then. Rachel is feeling bored when she notices something squishy stuck to the bottom of her desk. Gum? Who put that there? Sneaking a peek, Rachel sees that's neon green, the exact color of her favorite Zum Gum flavor. Does she chew the gum or leave it? Oh, gross. Leave it. Rachel knows better than to chew someone else's gum, especially with all the flu bugs going around. She gives it to a classmate instead, who is super happy to have it. Gross. While riding the elevator, Charles looks up from his phone to see the doors open and the CEO of the company to walk in. Will Charles say something to make an impression or keep quiet? Say something. Charles striking up a conversation with the CEO, who ends up being quite friendly. It's nice to know that the company's leadership is still in touch with their workers. Nice. Okay, the kids are home from school. The grades are up for Rachel. She's now a D student. The grades are up for Joe, who is now a D student. And the grades are up for Siobhan, who is now a D student. Great job, guys. We are so proud of you. We love that. I'm going to get Joe to tell the dog to go potty because we need Boris to learn how to potty outside because Boris is an adult dog who still does not know how to go potty outside. He's been using the pee pads in the house, which is okay, but I really wish that he would go potty outside. So he's going to tell Boris, you need to go potty outside. And Boris is like, okay, I'll do that. So Boris is going to go ahead and potty outside here. And we are going to go in with Siobhan because she is needing some insulin, and we're going to go ahead and give her some insulin. Let's do that. And then we're going to go ahead and have Rachel and Joe get their school homework done. So they're going to breeze through their homework. And Siobhan, you need to do your homework. She's like, I just want to take a nap. Yeah, I understand that. But you desperately need to do your homework. And you also need to go to the washroom. So you don't really have time for a nap right now. You need to do your homework, and then you can maybe take a nap after that. So let's do our homework first. She's like, ugh, this is a pain in the butt. Joe has finished his homework, which is fantastic, and Charles has been promoted to senior manager. He will now make an additional 22 simoleons per hour for a grand total of 75 simoleons per hour. He's also received the following bonus of 527 simoleons and a tiny tranquility zen garden. We love that. And Rebecca got promoted to the hungry artist and is making an additional 3 simoleons per hour for a grand total of 26 per hour. And she received a bonus of 464 and the study of the human form. And Leon has returned from daycare. Siobhan and Rachel have both completed their homework. We love it. You are dazed. What is wrong with you? You need to do something fun with your time. And you need to give Leon a bath because he is really, really dirty. So let's go ahead and give him a bath. So we're going to go ahead and give him a bath, and that way we can get him clean. And Rebecca's going to come down and empty these and then fill the pet bowls. Because Boris is feeling pretty hungry. All right, both of the animals were starving, and so now they're going to eat. We love that. And Rebecca is just going to clean up a little bit while Charles is doing the bath for Leon. I'm going to go ahead and have her come in here and serve some supper. We're going to get her to do lasagna al pesto so she can make a little bit of supper for the family. Charles is going to need to do something fun with his time because he is feeling really, really tense. I'm going to have him come and harvest some of the plants. So maybe that might help him. I don't know if it will or not, but let's hope that maybe it will. Maybe some gardening will help get his fun up. And let's get him to clean the lint tray and unload and add some of this laundry to the dryer. And get some laundry drying, and then let's go ahead and get him to, oh, he wants to woohoo with Angel. Okay, we'll go ahead and pin that. And let's get you to do something fun. Maybe you can read something, and maybe that will be fun for you. She's cooking. Leon needs some insulin because he is feeling pretty poorly. So we'll just get him to give himself a little bit of insulin here. Siobhan, you are feeling really tired. Why don't you go take yourself a little bit of a nap? I think Leon can probably go and use the potty because he is needing to use the potty. Oh, it looks like Annika's here. So she is. Annika has come over to visit. All right, so he is visiting with Annika, who has, as we see, come to visit. I guess someone must have let her in. She doesn't have a key to the house, but she did used to live here, so she probably just let herself in, which is perfectly fine. So they are visiting. Leon was like, I need to go pee, so I'm going to go and do that. Joe's going to tell his mom, like, we I've been having to use a lot of insulin lately, so I'm really not feeling like good, a whole lot lately. And she's going to be like, oh, I'm really, sorry to hear that. And he's like, yeah, it's okay. Just thought you should know. And he's like, how are you? And she's going to be like, oh, well, I'm pretty good. She's feeling pretty energized. It looks like she's doing really well. It's such a shame you've been dealing with these health issues, but I'm happy to be a shoulder. We'll all feel better when we talk to someone else, she told Joe. Well, that's good. At least she cares that he's not been feeling well, which is nice to know that she still cares, even though she's not wanted to be their live-in mom, and she's not really wanted to kind of be around and deal with them all the time on a full-time basis. The fact that she still cares and she's still there to be a shoulder for him is really nice. But they are just obviously having a little bit of a conversation together, and they're going to go ahead and he's going to give his mom a hug, and he's going to say, thanks so much for listening to me. I really appreciate it. And I love you. I really do miss you. And she's going to be like, I miss you guys too. I really do. Maybe you can come by the house over the weekend and see where I'm living now and kind of what it's like. Because I'd love to have you guys come by. Just because I don't want to be around all the time doesn't necessarily mean that I don't ever want to see you guys. And he's going to be like, okay, that would be nice. We would like to do that. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go. So she has left. Obviously, that was a really short visit, but, she doesn't really visit for long periods of time. So there is that. He is reading the Scouts book. Charles is. But I'm going to get him to go to the washroom. I'm going to go ahead and get Joe to go to bed because it is about 11 o'clock at night. I guess that would make sense why she went ahead and left, because it is getting quite late. I'm going to get Rachel to go ahead and get something to eat, and then she can go to bed. And then I'm going to get Leon to come down and get something to eat, and then he can go back to bed. Charles, why don't you go ahead and grab something to eat, and then you can go to bed as well. Stop reading that book. And Rebecca, why don't you go ahead and go to bed too? All right, and then when Siobhan is done eating, she's going to go to bed. So we are just coming up on the end of 2002 here. We've had a pretty decent year. We had a visit from Angel, Charles's girlfriend, and the kids got to meet her and kind of bond with her a little bit, which was really, really nice. Now the kids are just spending some time, obviously, with Annika. They got to see her. She's making a point to come around pretty frequently, which is good. I think they are still getting to see her even though she's not living with them. So I do think that's good. Okay, I really do need you, Leon, to come down here and grab some food. So I do think it's good that, Annika's coming around and she is, making a point to still be active in their lives, even though she has obviously left them. So that is fantastic. Rachel and Leon are just going to come down and grab themselves something to eat. Rachel was asleep in the treehouse, and Leon was upstairs asleep in his tent. We are just going to have both of them come in and grab some of this lasagna, and then we'll put the lasagna away and we'll send them both back to bed. It is literally like 12:20 the next morning. We have officially made it into 2003. But I think I am going to probably go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of the Decades Legacy Challenge, where we will be seeing what this family is going to be getting up to in that episode, which is probably going to be us going and seeing Annika at her house and spending time with the children over there. So I will see you guys in that episode. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.